So it was about a year ago when you all got this book in the mail. It was the kickoff of our Power Up year. And being that this is our last event of the year, I want to just take a look back, and we're going to have a toast and look back and reflect on all of the impact that has happened this year.
Well, that's what all the popping was about.
Yeah, first, we started off with Helene Smuts with summer school last year, who taught us the power up of building a team of high-performing leaders. And then we had Todd Herman, who taught us how to develop our own alter ego. Who was at that event? Yeah? Life-changing stuff, right? And then we had the alter ego party, where you all really dressed up and showed out. Go on eoatlanta.com and look at all the pictures because it was an amazing time. Then we had Tanya Shinova, who taught us the neuroscience of success, how to rewire our brains to eliminate self-sabotage, another impactful, life-changing power-up. And then we had the Jess, Dr. Jess. Now, if you were at this event, then you know what she's doing. Does anyone know what she's doing in this? Okay. Yeah. She's demonstrating something. It is a very helpful power-up, what she's demonstrating. I'll just leave it at that. But this was our boardroom to the bedroom event that we had in February because power-ups are not just in business, but also in our personal lives. And then we capped it off with our Back to the Future signature event that we had last month. Who was there? Who was in the building? What an amazing time. We had the founder of EO, Vern Harnish, and we had Warren Rustin. Oh, thank you. And we also had the Back to the Future time machine out there. Hope you got a photo op with that. We had so many things going on. We had the podcast happening. We had the red carpet. We had, so Warren Rustin had us all up on our feet, 82 years old, full of energy. Wow, what an inspiration. And then we had Wayne Hoffman, the mentalist, the magician who blew all of our minds and tied business lessons into it. So I want us to reflect on all of these impactful moments. And I hope that you will look back on this year. And if there was one nugget that you took away from one speaker that contributed to your life in a positive way, like, please reach out to that speaker and say thank you. Say this thing that you told me really had a positive impact on my life. You'd be surprised. These speakers are very accessible, and we love hearing things like that. Appreciation is the currency of abundance. So please reach out to me or Jason and let us know if an event had an impact on your life. This is a pebble, and I brought one with me because I want to demonstrate something to you all. This little tiny pebble can make a huge impact. This pebble represents the impact that you can make in your lives. So not only do I want you to look back and reflect on how you were impacted, but think about how you can impact others, because that's how we create the ripple effect. If I take this pebble and throw it into a pond, what happens? It starts to spread out, and it affects something that's 1,000 yards away, maybe a mile away. And your impact can do the same thing. I want to recognize some of our EOX speakers that have already expanded their ripple of impact. Sarah Torville says, EOX gave me the confidence to speak at a FinTech Women Conference. That led to 2 new speaking opportunities, and she is currently writing her book, which is an educational memoir. She's right here in the audience today, Sarah Torville. Give her a hand. David Faffoldi says, since his talk, over a dozen EO members have come up to him to thank him for how vulnerable he was, and it's encouraged them to open up more in their forums because they felt ashamed about sharing certain low moments in their lives. David Afarian, yeah, he's in the building. Raise your hand, David. David said this enabled him to start a new business as well as develop another talk on the impact of aging parents that can have on entrepreneurs and their legacy. And he plans to start speaking to associations and EO chapters. And he delivered an amazing Nerve, where he got on stage, where this photo is from, back in September, did an amazing job. So we recognize you as well, David. And Aaron Lee, who's in the building. Raise your hand, Aaron. Yeah, I went and stalked you on social media and found this. So last month, Aaron he did a EOX talk a couple of months ago, but then last month he spoke at the EO Women's Summit up in Montreal and gave his talk titled, "What If You Were Already a Creative Genius?" And he's on to bigger and bigger stages and doing bigger things.
That same crowd for 120 people
Tomorrow, 120 people. Wow, give it up for Aaron. That's amazing. This guy, Ron Perry, man, laziness as a superpower was his topic. And Ron has taken his talk on the road where he just spoke to EO Baltimore. They have adopted the EOX program as well. And Ron was one of the 4 speakers in their inaugural EOX event. And Ron also is taking his road show all around the region where he has this wrapped RV and he's having an amazing time living his best life, and it's leading to bigger and bigger things. Danielle Laughlin launched a podcast after her EOX talk. And she's also starting speaker training with Allison Wonders, our TEDx coach over here, to go along with the book that she's currently writing. And last but not least, Kara Brown, who I spoke with today, she published an Amazon best-selling book since her talk. Her book led to her landing a contract with Uber Freight, a $1.8 million contract, and she was selected to speak at next year's EMP, which is EO's Entrepreneurial Masters Program. So all of these ripple effects that come from just one tiny thing, just stepping out there and having the courage to stand on this red circle. What is that in your life? What impact can you have? It doesn't always have to be public speaking, but I encourage you to share some goodness that you've learned with someone else so the effects will continue to ripple out. Because look at what all of these speakers done in just a matter of not even a whole year. It's 2025. What will this look like in 2035, 10 years from now? What will that ripple effect look like? I did my EOX talk in 2014. I didn't do anything with it for 5 years. I sat on it. I was nervous. I was up here stumbling on my words and people told me good job and all of that, but I didn't do anything with my talk for a whole 5 years. And now it's led to best-selling books and me speaking on stages across the world. I'll be doing my second TEDx talk later this year in Egypt, and I have a full speaking calendar booked all the way through spring of 2026. Thank you. So it is bittersweet because you won't see me at many EO events coming in the coming year, but that's because I'm not here. So it is a little bit bittersweet. That's why I wanted to leave this with you all. In fact, I'll miss the next event coming up at the end of the month. I'll be out of town. But I want you to think about one more thing. So I've won 5 awards from EO Global in my tenure of EO. But it's not about me. It's because the awards have been team efforts, but EOX is the most recent one that we won right here for the 24-25 year. And the reason that's super important to me is because now the ripples spread out. For example, in EO Baltimore, who's the first to adopt it, think about all the ripples that will come from those 4 speakers and the ripples that will come from the 40 EOX speakers that we've had in this room today. So I encourage you, next time you look at the EO logo, look at the ripple effect, because that's what it's about. It's about ripples of impact, because that is the real ROI, ripples of impact. All right, with that said, EO Atlanta, I would like to end this with a toast. So you have your glasses, and where's the bottle?
Yeah, we got a little bottle. We also wanted to thank Allison Wonders, who has made this possible. Wait, this bottle's kind of small.
Yeah, maybe we can power that up?
Can we power that up?
Yeah, let's see if we can power that up.
Oh, this is more.
Yeah, here we go.
Allison, please come on. Please stay your model. Thank you so much for powering up our organization.
Yeah, get the photo.
Also, to Shani Godwin, I don't think was here today, our fearless leader throughout this year. I hope you guys had an amazing year, our final event for this season. And
go out and make your ripples of impact.
Yeah.
Woo! Cheers!